Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election and the aftermath. Wednesday, June 7th was another good day for Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of Labour Party, because His Excellency Peter Obi and Labour Party at the presidential election petition court or tribunal sitting at the Court of Appeal in Abuja. They were able to tender more of the certified true copies of documents that they needed to use to prove that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu did not win the February 25, 2023 presidential election. Now, what happened on Wednesday was that Bola, senior advocate of Nigeria, he was in charge of tendering the documents on Wednesday. So he tendered many certified true copies of Form EC8B. He tendered Form EC8B. Now, these documents include states like Ebonyi State. He tendered 12 local government areas from Ebonyi State. That's from EC8B forms from Ebonyi State, 12 local governments. Kaduna State, 4 supplementary local government areas. Nasarawa State, 1 supplementary local government area. Now, Form EC8C was also tendered from Bayelsa, 8 local government, Benue, 23 local government areas, Cross River, 10 local government areas, Edo State, 18 local government areas, Lagos State, 20 local government areas, Niger State, 25 local government areas, Ondo State, 18 local government areas, Oyo State, 33 local government areas, River State, 23 local government areas, Sokoto State, 23 local government areas, Ekiti State, 16 local government areas, Delta State, 25 local government areas. Now, Peter Obi also tendered Form EC8D. Here he tendered evidence or documents for all the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Again, there was also the tendering of Form EC8E, just one document. Just one document from EC8E. While tendering was going on, all the respondents, that's INEC, the Independent National Electoral Commission, Tinubu, Shetima, and the All Progressive Congress, they objected to all but one of the documents, which was the last one, from EC8E, from EC8E. They didn't object to that one, while the Justice Haruna Samani-led panel admitted all the evidence and marked them as exhibit accordingly. Interestingly, for the first time since the trial began, INEC did not object to one of her certified true copies of the forms that the petitioners presented on Wednesday. That's from EC8E. This was the document that Professor Mahmoud Yakubu used in declaring Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president-elect. Of course, it was also not objected to by Tinubu, Shetima, and the All Progressive Congress. And Anambra wanted to continue with the tendering of Form EC40G, but both the respondents councils and the panel begged for adjournment. So the petitioners' council had to succumb. So the court adjourned at this junction till June 8, Thursday, 2023. Now, this development also shows that Peter Obi is making progress to beat the time. You know, this is a question of time. And you don't play into the hands of your enemy by giving them the opportunity of being beaten by time so that you are now at their mercy. So Peter Obi is making progress in the submission of the necessary documents to prove that the election was rigged against him and that Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not win the election. Okay. Now, before Wednesday, on Tuesday, Peter Obi had already submitted ward-level results for Lagos, 16 and other 16 states as evidence against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Okay, the ward-level results. The ward-level results is INEC Form EC8Bs. The ward-level results in the election, the presidential election, is INEC Form EC8Bs. That had been submitted by Peter Obi of the Labour Party, covering 17 states, and they were accepted in evidence by the Election Petition Tribunal. So that's another good achievement for the legal team and for Peter Obi. Now, the battle to ensure that all the evidence are presented before the court is an ongoing one. And from what I gathered, the Peter Obi team don't want any distraction. They want to follow the rules as much as possible, the guideline for the tendering of all these documents, so that there will be no excuse for any delay, because already time is running and the time is of essence. Now, the person that presented the ward level results that Peter Obi is using to challenge the outcome of the election is Ben Anichebe, senior advocate of Nigeria. He was the one that represented the Peter Obi legal team. And he began by telling the courts that he was ready to present the Form EC8Bs, which I told you earlier is the result sheets from the ward level. And these result sheets from ward level had been certified as true copies by the Independent National Electoral Commission. Now, it is also known as the document that was used to record and compile world-level elections. World-level elections. So when the votes are gotten from the polling units, they are taken to the world and they are filled with Form EC8Bs. So that has been taken care of, because from what we gathered from the court, INEC proceeded to tender the duly satisfied copies of INEC Form EC8Bs for Adamawa State. He was able to present world-level results for Adamawa State for 21 local government areas. For Bayelsa State, he was able to tender world-level results from EC8Bs, 8 local government areas. Benue State, 23 local government areas. Kogi State, 21 local government areas. Nasarawa State, 11 local government areas. Niger State, 25 local government areas. Ondo State, 18 local government areas. Sokoto State, 23 local government areas. Delta State, 25 local government areas. Ekiti State, 11 local government areas. Imo State, 25 local government areas. Cross River State, 18 local government areas. Edo State, 15 local government areas. Akwa Ibom State, 31 local government areas. And Lagos State, 20 local government areas. Now all these local government areas and all these states, Peter Obi has succeeded in tendering the world level results. That's from EC8Bs to the Election Petition Tribunal, and they were accepted. The attorneys that's the lawyers for INEC, Tinubu, Shetima, and APC, they objected to the documents. They objected to this Form EC8Bs. They objected for their inclusion to be accepted as exhibit. Okay, but despite their objection, it was admitted. The documents were submitted and they were admitted. But they will have an opportunity to say the reason why they are objecting to the Form EC8Bs. That's the world level results that Peter Obi presented. And you know that Peter Obi didn't manufacture these documents, because they are certified through copies from the Independent National Electoral Commission. But Peter Obi and his legal team are presenting all those to show that the discrepancies, the falsities in most of them, which indicates malpractices by the Independent National Electoral Commission and its agents. So these are the processes through which they have to convince the panel of justices that, look, if you go through these documents we are presenting to you, there is no way you will come and proclaim that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu won the election. Look at what is contained in this evidence. So they have presented world level, people have succeeded in presenting world level results to show that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not win the election. But the Tinubu team and INEC, they are challenging that. So they have to explain the reason why the court should accept their own view rather than the views of the lawyers of Peter Obi. So it is a good development for Peter Obi that these documents have been accepted. It would have been a different thing altogether if after presenting these documents, the court refused to accept them. Now, another interesting thing to note too is the fact that since this trial began, or the proceeding began, Peter Obi had only presented one witness, and that was the witness that presented the evidence of forfeiture against Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You know, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the early 90s forfeited $460,000 to the United States government through the district court in Illinois, in Chicago. Now that document is an evidence of his alleged link with drug dealings or drug dealers, people who deal on banned drugs like cocaine, heroin, and what have you. Now, that is a very strong case that is enough, that could be enough to annul his election, because that forfeiture is an indication of conviction. And if you have been convicted or have been found guilty of evidence of being dishonest, the Constitution bars you from contesting presidential election in Nigeria. Okay? And the forfeiture in America is the same forfeiture in Nigeria. The meaning of forfeiture in America is the meaning of the meaning of forfeiture in America is the same. It has the same meaning in Nigeria, because the Supreme Court of Nigeria has already defined what is forfeiture. In the case of Mohammed Abacha versus the federal government. Okay? So when you are forfeit, it's an admission, it's an evidence of crime, of commission of crime. Because if you didn't commit a crime, why would you forfeit your hard-earned money? Why should Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu forfeit $460,000 to the United States government? Just like that. If it is genuinely earned money, it wasn't linked to drugs, he ought not to have forfeited it. He would defend it, because no man that worked hard to earn $460,000 would allow it to be taken away from him. So from all we have gathered and from the evidence that was presented, the document is already everywhere. Everywhere. People can even request for it. There are many people that have gotten copies of that forfeiture judgment. People like, so many people, David Hunduyin had gotten it, Reno Mokri, so many people. The Article team, the OB team, so many, anybody who is interested can request from it from the district of, from the courts in the district of Illinois in the United States. It's available. So Peter Obi had presented only one witness who submitted that evidence that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu forfeited $460,000 proceed of heroin or cocaine to the United States government. That was the only witness that Peter Obi has presented so far who appeared at the court. But one interesting development is that the lawyer of Peter Obi said that they are much more concerned about these boxes of evidence, these boxes of from EC8A, from EC8E, all these other documents. He said that, and Chebe was saying that he was telling reporters after the court session that that is more important to them right now, because what the team is presenting in those boxes of forms containing certified true copies of results is far more crucial to the Peter Obi team than even witnesses. And he did tell reporters that that they wouldn't need many witnesses to testify against INEC, Tinubu, and the APC after all of the materials was collected. So these boxes you see Peter Obi legal team bombarding the court with are more crucial to helping their case than even the 50 witnesses, because from the beginning of the tribunal, it was agreed that Peter Obi would be entitled to present 50 witnesses to prove his case. So, but the important thing is that the documentary evidence that are coming from INEC will be used to nail INEC on how it handled the matter. Okay, their own documents, and that is a better witness as far as I can see it than even the witnesses of individual witnesses by documents that INEC are in possession of from February 25 will be used against them to prove that they violated their rules, they violated the Electoral Act, they violated the Constitution in declaring Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the winner of the election. Thank you for watching this video thus far, and we'll keep on bringing you information from inside the court, because right now we had hope that the court will agree to transmit the processes going on in the court live to Nigerians. But unfortunately, the court in its wisdom did not agree on that. That means that we have to continue to dig out information, especially from our contacts in the courtroom there, who are attached to the Labour Party and the obedient movement, so that we can get true facts going on in the court without relying on the mainstream media of Nigeria, which the information they are bringing out there, you have to take them with a pinch of salt, because there's a lot of propaganda going on. Now that Asiwaju has been declared, has been sworn in as the president, a lot of media organizations are struggling to ingratiate themselves to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, so they will slant stories coming out from the court to favor Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So, but there is also need for balance. So there are some people within the court there we are getting information from, so that the real facts of what happened in the court will also be available for those who want to hear alternative views of what is really going on, the truth that is going on, that have been obfuscated by some hugely compromised mainstream media. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video. You'll be among the first to know. God bless you.